Hey, and thanks for stopping by to my little channel here. I appreciate you taking your time. I'm hoping that at the end of this little video, we will all learn something, or at least get entertained for a little bit. Today's a Saab day. On my Volvo and Saab journey, my Swedish journey, apparently this is what's happening right now. So this is a 1968 Saab 96. Pretty peculiar little car. Saab, being a Swedish car manufacturer, started out as building planes, actually, not cars at all. They started their car business in 1949. Saab meaning Swedish arrow, by the way. Me growing up in Sweden, I've always saw these cars. They were highly popular in the rally circuit, and not very seldom did they flip, and not to mention all the noise they made. This 68 here's got a V4 engine, but initially they had two-stroke engines. Small little two-stroke engines. You could actually lift them out just with two hands. You took them out of the car, you replaced the engine all by yourself on the parking lot. But this has the little Ford V4 engine, and yeah, we'll see what we can do about this thing here. This will be something else. This car's been sitting for the past 10 years or so. It's got the cool, the Monte Carlo steering wheel. I kind of dig that, and all those gauges, the rally cluster, and man, it's even got the Monte Carlo radio. I see that now. That's about the only racing aspect of this car, the name Monte Carlo, because these guys, they make 0 to 60 in about 2.5 hours or something like that. So I'm guessing that also appeals to the jazz fans. Slow and easy, slow and easy. There's not a whole lot to these cars. They're pretty simple. The first Saab they built was in 1949, and that was called a Saab 92, Series 92, and then followed by Series 93, and then this is the 96 series. They also built the 95 station wagon series. Pretty cool cars. I don't know. I'm guessing back in the days, it was very popular cars amongst professors, teachers, and jazz fanatics, I think. I'm guessing lately I've just been more of a jazz guy than a rockabilly guy, so this fits me right fine, and we'll see what we can do with this little guy. So I just got this car delivered just a few days ago. I found it online up in Seattle, Washington, and just got it dropped down here in Sacramento, California. Now, when I want to keep a car for a little while, I love to dive into the history of it. It means a lot more, you know. And this car actually belonged to a guy, Tom was his name. He passed away in 2007. He had this as a daily driver for about 12 years. And I found a blog that he used to write about his life, his travels, and his cars. And this car was his pride and joy. He drove it every day. He was a Saab guy. He had about 6 or 7 of these little guys, and he drove them everywhere. He took them camping, fishing, all the good. So Tom, who had this for such a long time, he had bought it from the first owner, a young girl up in Seattle, Washington. She had bought it as means of transportation going to high school and back. And I guess when she was out of high school, this was not her cup of tea anymore. A little old Saab couldn't do it, so he bought it from her, and the rest is history. And now it's here, and we'll see what happens. This is not a whole lot of engine. Check that out. This is not a whole lot of engine. I could probably lift this out fairly easy if I wanted to, and who knows, maybe I just have to do that. The guy that I got it from, he said that it did run about 7 years ago, but yeah, who knows about that. We'll see here shortly. Man, I remember as a kid in Sweden, you know, seeing these rally cars, especially the predecessor to these ones, the 93 with their 3-cylinder 2-stroke engine, sounded like a, you know, it's changed on steroids. Wham! Such fun cars to hear and see and smell. I don't know how much rally race I'm going to do with this, but I'm definitely going to try to make some noise. Apparently it's got some form of headers on it, some kind of cool exhaust, along with that little Weber carburetor, I guess, from Germany. Little 2-barrel. I don't know how much horsepower is in this, but you know, I could count it on my both hands probably. So, well, here we go. Time to get this thing going. It's always fun to go through what you just bought and, you know, kind of get a little piece of the car's old history. Mount Rainier, yeah, I guess he was up there hiking. The travel kit always comes in handy. A&W actually started in Lodi, stuck in Lodi again. So this will be fun, a little archaeological adventure as always. I'm digging that mold on the headliner. That's probably really healthy. Gonna take a good lick out of that. All right. Haha, this is a good sign. Earplugs. Well, if the dude needed earplugs to drive this, you know, I'm pretty damn sure that it found the right owner, as I do not like silent cars at all. Hopefully we'll get this thing fired up in a few days and have a listen. Maybe it's like a jazz symphony. Maybe it's surf music. Maybe it's punk rock. I wonder what it is. I wonder what kind of tune this car is going to play me. Garage rock. You know, being up from the Seattle, Washington area, I'm thinking Sonics, Kingsmen. Yeah, maybe a little bit of Jimi Hendrix. This is going to play some fine tunes. So like I mentioned earlier, you know, I like history about cars and its previous owners and all that comes along with it. So diving into the Saab history of things right now, I'm starting to pick up a few things. So these double moldings down here at the bottom of the car were standard in all the deluxe versions. Deluxe, as they were sold us here in the States, while as in Europe they were sold as the sport version. Very sought after trim pieces. I've got to know as I'm trying desperately to find these lower fender moldings and can't find anything anywhere. Maybe I'll just have to make some, or not really care and just drive anyways. Nothing's gonna make the car go faster anywho. And minor paint damage as this little guy, you know what, car's got a soul and I ain't gonna touch it. So it's all about the charm. Even though I think I do gonna wash it a little. Getting that mold off might not be a bad thing, and I wonder last time anyone saw out of that window. But all in all, hey, got myself a little Saab. In Sweden we call them gurksnutt eller päronhalva, which means slice of a cucumber or half of a pear. Well, you be the judge. Is it a slice of a pear or the end tip of a cucumber? Oh, I don't know, but it definitely took a big punch here. Whammo, whammo. I've seen some pictures of the car from about 20 years ago and still had the same damage. I'm not going to keep that though. I'm going to replace that with another front end that came, you know, with the car, same color and everything. But yeah, Swedish Aero AB, AB being equivalent of incorporation in Sweden. So here's an old relic from the flight industry, ready to fly again. All right, the Saab is delivered at the driveway. It's 98 degrees Fahrenheit right now, and before the sun goes down, I want to have this thing cleaned up and stickerized, you say. Stickerized. So time for this little guy to take a bath, and I see online there's a lot of people on different forums promoting all kinds of products. I don't know, Simple Green, Barkeeper's Friend, Ajax, and a lot of hand power. That's what I need, and that should be it. See if we can get this thing a little cleaner by the end of today, and maybe slap some stickers on it and make it feel a whole lot better before I go to bed. There we go. Why not? Time to boogie. Wow. Wow. That was a long, hot day. All day in the driveway. 105 degrees heat all day, and finally get something done with the Saab. And I know a lot of people, you know, when they buy a project, the car that's been sitting for quite some time, they're smart. They make sure the car runs first. They check if it's got brakes, if the transmission is good. All these good, smart things you do before you start, I don't know, being artistic about things. But has never been my case. This has never been my case. I've never done that. And I didn't do that today either. So instead of doing all that boring stuff, which I think it is, I want to do the artistic stuff. So we'll see what I did here. You know, I'll clean up the car a little and did some small minor things to it. Let me know what you think. So obviously, I don't know what you people do when you buy a car, when you start a project. How's your thinking process? What do you do? Me personally, when I see a car advertised or I buy a car, within an hour or two, I already know what way I'm gonna go with it. I think crucial thing here is that everything needs to harmonize. You can't just have an old beat up car and put some new wheels on it. I don't think that looks good. It doesn't look authentic, if you will. This doesn't give me the right vibe. So this car's a little beat up, obviously, and it's got to stay that way. So even though I put some new stickers on it, some checkered tape and everything, it's got to look old. It's got to match everything. Getting some vintage sticker from friends in Sweden helps out, but it's still got to be, you know, antiqued. I would say they gotta look a little rough. They gotta match the car's appearance. All the stickers, everything that's on it's got to match. Otherwise, to me, it doesn't look good, and I'd rather step aside and not do it at all. So after a day of cheap labor and just a lot of sweat, it's where I want it right now. I'm guessing I'm gonna try to get it started pretty soon. Cleaned up pretty good inside. A few blankets here and there, maybe a few more stickers. But all in all, pretty happy about the first day of a Saab adventure. Let me know what you think. What should I do? What should I do? I was thinking about lowering it actually, maybe an inch or two all the way around. We'll see. It's also very hot right now, so I'm getting lazy and I don't think I'm gonna do too much more. Thanks for checking in here, and keep your eyes open. There will be more videos coming soon. Thank you.